The following is a Fox 54 Plus special presentation.
They are some of the best educators North Alabama has to offer.
It's just so much fun to see the kids just having a blast.
All school year long, we've been introducing you to stellar teachers.
I've always wanted to be a teacher. I have teaching in my family.
People who take their passion for learning and care for their pupils.
I want to do something that I could give a kid something to have for the rest of their life.
And help develop the minds of our next generation.
I know what makes them tick. I know when they get it.
And if we respect them, they're going to respect us.
I just hope they know that I will always be of service to them.
These are the men and women you have nominated to be the Valley's top teacher class of 22-23. Welcome back to part 2 of our top teacher special class of 22-23. We took you through the fall semester, but let's catch you up to speed to our spring semester. At the start of the year in January, our winter cluster includes a teacher who her students adore and even nominated her, and another who is a hometown hero.
Welcome
I love what I do.
to Amy Ramsdale's science class.
Right now, my zoology class with some extra visitors are dissecting frogs.
Ramsdale has taught life sciences for 15 years and counting, and this experiment,
Eyes on me, please.
just one of them.
Half of the students didn't even want to get near a frog, and they're all in here dissecting a frog. Not all students feel the same way, and we have a virtual option where they can do it online. And we're going to make a relationship between what they're doing in zoology to what they learned about human anatomy.
Ramsdale students explore inside the classroom, but they also explore beyond the classroom as well.
We've reached out and we're working with the DoD and working on programs where we'll be going to the Space and Rocket Center, and we'll be going to the Von Braun Center for a competition/fair. So they get to really create and design and explore, and it gives them a less structured opportunity to explore all the ins and outs of science and creativity.
Ramsdale wants these lessons to stick with them.
If I'm bored, I know they're bored. So I do whatever I can to make it exciting and relevant to what's happening around us.
And she believes her students carry these lessons later on into their careers.
I actually have had several students graduate and go into education and nursing and law and engineering, and it's exciting for me. It's still exciting. I still get up every morning and I think, what are we going to do today? And we play. It's a great profession. It's hard at times, but it's still fulfilling. And this is where I'm supposed to be.
In Mrs. Gibbs' class,
When I'm talking about the product, what am I talking about?
math goes a long way.
I have been teaching for 9 years, and I have actually taught everything except for science.
And over the years, she's learned her method to teaching math.
I know that there are a lot of different types of learners, and some people can just sit and get, but I have a lot of kids who are artistic, and I have a lot of kids who have to move around. And so doing those, adding those different elements into the lessons helps them to understand exactly what we're doing.
Her principal, Keith Trawick, believes she meets that need.
Yeah, Miss Gibbs is one of those teachers that you never have to worry about. Loving her kids, taking care of her kids, and knowing what her kids need.
So Gibbs,
And what inequality symbol is going to go there?
goes beyond the numbers and the notes.
When I give notes, it is, we're going to take these notes, but then they go back and use those notes to do things like these paper chains that are behind me, or we made posters. We talked about the math behind New Year's Eve in Times Square.
Gibbs says she too picked up a thing or two.
I learned a lot too. I didn't know how many crystals were on the ball, but now I do. It's 2,688. But I thoroughly enjoy coming to work and getting to spend my days with these kids. They are so fun. They are still little kids, but they're also, getting to learn who they are and being their individual selves. So it's fun to get to watch them, especially from the beginning of 6th grade to the end of 6th grade, kind of come into their own, personalities and figuring out who they are.
For business education teacher
Netiquette rules, obviously where we need
and FBLA leader Nina Dial,
I love the high school experience.
Secondary school is just the start of her students' journey.
I love being around these older kids and watching them grow and develop and then following them and seeing what they do after they graduate.
Her mission? Allowing her students to see the possibilities are endless.
I feel like sometimes, because we do live in a smaller community, that their experiences are limited. So I want to expose them to as much as possible. And we take trips, we have a lot of fun, we make memories. It means a lot to me.
She takes the kids on field trips. They went to the Titans and got the tour and kind of see how a sports team works.
Her students say she's super involved, and her assistant principal, Jacob Fowler, agrees.
She's done a really good job of impacting all the way down to the elementary school here.
And for Dial, it's the bond she forms with her students that keep her motivated.
Most fun is just the relationship building with students and getting to know them as individuals and just watching them develop. I just hope that they know that I will always be of service to them and I will always help them in any way that I possibly can to follow their dreams and succeed.
For Mrs. Jenna Dow,
Reading can kind of take you to other places.
Teaching in a third grade class.
You can do a lot of good right here. You can spark an early love in reading.
It's her second year at Holy Spirit Regional Catholic Church, a big pivot for her students from earlier grades.
It's a big jump from, learning cursive to learning multiplication. So a lot of the curriculum, it takes a big jump. And so it's where you see a lot of students that already had big gaps. This is where they might decide to either love school or hate school.
Her principal, Vince Aquila, believes she fills that gap.
What I have seen with Mrs. Dow is that she works very hard to differentiate what she's doing to meet the needs of the students where they're at. And our teachers work very hard to do that. Mrs. Dow just has a strong affinity to that.
Spirit, amen.
And for Mrs. Dow, incorporating faith into the classroom matters.
It's very important because it kind of gives us all the same moral compass, right? So the same kind of foundation to start from. And I also believe in teaching the whole person. So I don't believe in just teaching like writing and math and all that. We need to be healthy people because these are going to be citizens one day, right?
Citizens that she hopes she'll help shape for the better.
I wanted to help the next generation, so I wanted to leave some sort of legacy when I'm gone and help the future, and the only way you can do that is, helping them in their educational journey.
For 9th grade English teacher Whitney Clemens,
I was a student here at Wilson and I graduated from Wilson also.
Wilson is home.
I'm just so lucky and blessed that I've been able to come back home and be here with colleagues and people that I've known through the years.
Clemens has taught for 15 years.
Get your word.
And she's always looking forward to each semester.
Well, we just do a lot of fun things the second semester, so I'm looking forward to teaching all of that. And then we also have a lot of fun things planned for on campus, so I'm looking forward to the students getting to experience all of those things as well. I help with the Warrior Ambassadors here at school, and then I'm also one of the sponsors for the Junior High Scholar Bowl team, and I'm also a senior class sponsor. So all of that just kind of goes into the different activities that we do there as well.
And the students look forward to it too. Just ask Addison Hill.
She always makes sure we're prepared for our tests. She keeps us with the materials we need, and she's just overall a really good teacher.
And while she prepares her students for tests, she wasn't prepared for this.
You were nominated by Miss Hill here.
Well, I was very shocked, I was very surprised, but I also feel very honored that she thought enough of me to nominate me for this. I just want my students to be prepared for what they've got coming in the future in the long run, and I just want to make sure they have all the skills and the things that they need to be successful later on after they get out of school.
In the month of February includes a kindergarten teacher who has little learners, another where science experiments rule the classroom.
The foundation of reading and knowing that this is where it begins. Pre-K is very important as well, but this is like real school now.
She has 7 years of education under her belt, previously teaching pre-K. and teaching in Florida. Carpenter tries to keep the expectation of learning more engaging.
We do lots of centers. We're doing a game right now. Can you spell one for me? Just anything to get them up and moving and interacting with each other. And I love to meet with them in small groups and get to interact with them there. We also play games, read books, all those things.
Carpenter says the most challenging part, teaching the littles to be on their best behavior.
I try and have a lot of positive reinforcement with them and just, redirecting their behavior. Not so much punishing, but just, teaching them. They need to be taught, okay, we're in school now, this is how we need to act.
Carpenter's principal, Catherine Rogers, believes she's a good fit for the kids.
Well, if I could build a kindergarten teacher, I think that Ms. Carpenter has all the perfect ingredients and characteristics. She's very kind, she is nurturing to these students.
And Carpenter says it's the enthusiasm her students have for learning, especially on math night.
And I had some of my kids come to me and they just said, their parents were like, they made us come here first, they wanted to see you first, and just, knowing that they enjoy coming to school and they enjoy being with me and we enjoy learning together, it really means a lot.
For Abby Whiting, teaching is part
what is the Earth's atmosphere
of her universe.
Ever since I was able to work at the age of 16, I worked in childcare, so just teaching was just a natural decision for me.
It's Whiting's first year of her career. She just moved to the Rocket City.
I was born and raised outside of Atlanta, Georgia.
Science is where she can really get hands-on.
The opportunity to be a science teacher was very exciting for me because I was coming into a new place with a lot of science buzz around it, and I knew that those meaningful connections in the classrooms were going to be easily made in my science classroom too. That's a great experience for me.
And while it's a great experience for Whiting, experiments are what's great for her students too.
I really look forward to experiments because we have experiments every so often. I look forward to that, and it's fun.
So when Amari McNeil had the opportunity to pick his favorite teacher, he didn't hesitate.
She's really nice and fun to be around, and her personality is really good.
Whiting believes the time she spends with her students matter.
I really build my lessons around learning beyond the classroom. That is extremely important to me. I mean, they're only in my class Monday through Friday for less than an hour, and if I can just have them leave my classroom so that they can take what they learned in the classroom and take it to their home lives and outside of school, that's all that matters to me. So that's really what I design my lessons around, is that just making those connections outside of the classroom.
It's engagement.
Safety glasses, okay. Man, looks nice.
That drives Brandon Broughton's class.
Took on my teaching philosophy as, if I can relate to the student, then the student can relate to me.
Broughton's love for agri-science at Madison County High School began through his father, who was an ag teacher for 30-plus years. Broughton's taught for 18 years.
I came here to A&M in 2000 and got an ag education degree, and I done my student teaching here, and I was lucky enough to continue my educational career here in the same building.
And at this same building,
we'll take another man's trash and create a treasure.
Broughton's love for teaching extends into his fraternity, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. It's where he also shares his talents.
Show them maybe how to build a birdhouse, show them the proper way to use some of the small equipment that we can take out.
Even a hands-on industry uses a touch of technology too.
We can see how technology has incorporated into what we're using a CNC router, setting up programs on a computer. So I try to give them a whole different aspect of everything so they can be able to go out and be successful if they decide to take a trade route.
Regardless of whatever route his students take, it's the sense of pride he wants them to leave with.
I want to do something that I could give a kid something to have for the rest of their life. And teaching a trade, the things that we're doing here, from residential wiring to welding to construction, it gives them a sense of having something that someone can't take from them.
For Jackson County School District, Candace Turner, Skyline High School is one of her more than dozen stops in the county, and what she's rolling.
Paper clips, computer, binders. I have everything in there.
What she says is her office on wheels. Turner is a board-certified behavioral analyst and became one in 2016.
Working with students with disabilities is just, it's like breathing to me. I just automatically do it. It comes really easy and I enjoy it.
She served in education for 14 years after serving our country in the Navy.
When I moved to this area, I started subbing, and I subbed for this lady named Angie Kelly, and she was my mentor, kind of, because she pushed me to go back to school. And special education just seemed like kind of a given, even though I'd never done it.
Turner says she enjoys being an advocate for her kids because
I like the challenge and helping them be successful on their own, in their own areas, not successful as defined by the world, but successful as defined by them.
And while she works with teachers and students, she works with parents too.
The adults and that I work with are more of a challenge sometimes because I don't always change the child. I change the environment, which includes the adults in it, and then the child changes.
Turner encourages newcomers in special education to be a sponge and learn all you can.
Ask 50 million questions of everybody that you can talk to.
For the month of March, a teacher often refers to her students as littles, and one who doesn't quite coach Little League, but is a coach and a world history teacher.
It's the Sweet 16.
Eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
16 years. Yes.
For kindergarten teacher
at the same school and the same grade.
Mrs. Leah Travis.
I just love the littles. And I also went to school here, so that makes it special too.
Madison Crossroads Elementary School is her stomping ground.
Ready? Eyes on the board.
It's why she's giving back to the place where she once started and sticking with the little sprouts.
I think their growth and that they're innocent, they love you no matter what, but they come in knowing so little, and then their growth, they're like reading when they leave you. So it's just I love this grade.
Her principal, Karen Fisher, admires her love for this special bunch.
She's the mentor for new teachers. But the thing that gets my attention about her is every time I go to the ballpark, she's there watching her kids play. She is very much a part of their lives.
Travis knows sometimes she has to give a lot for the littles.
It does. A lot of patience. So, yes, the littles are great.
A trait that's needed for the challenges ahead.
Challenges would be behaviors, learning how to channel their behavior when they get upset or using their words.
But it's what keeps Travis motivated.
I love a challenge. I welcome that. I'm just honored for this reward. It was a great surprise, yes, and an honor, so I appreciate it.
It's almost a decade.
This is my 9th year at Mountain Gap.
Of doing what Jennifer Ivey loves.
I'm lucky to say all 9 of those have been in 5th grade. I love 5th grade. They keep me on my toes, but I don't think I'd change it for anything.
For Ivey, Huntsville is home.
I'm a product of Huntsville City Schools, and I was fortunate to have some incredible teachers that poured into my life, and I still keep in touch with several of them today, and they just work as a source of encouragement.
Ivey's love for teaching not limited to her classroom. This time, she's spent the day spreading the joy of learning in someone else's.
So we read a book about a little boy that had moved to New Mexico, and he wasn't excited, but we kind of were able to see the beauty that was really there, and we were making our own versions of the Grand Canyon with the 1st grade class.
It was her 5th graders that paired up with the younger group.
So I think sometimes reading can really be focused on in the younger grades, but I love to just kind of instill a desire and a love for reading when it comes to older students.
Principal Amber Thompson believes Ivey offers more than a love for learning.
She loves her students. She has high expectations for them. She supports them socially, emotionally, academically.
Ivey's hope is to be a positive influence on her students.
I love to just kind of mold kids, work with kids, and allow them to really choose their own path regardless of what cards they were dealt.
It's been 10 years in the game.
Very good. Okay, in a nutshell, perfect. So Julius Caesar, he declared himself
For 8th grade world history teacher Catherine Montgomery.
I started teaching because I've always wanted to be a teacher since I was a kid. My grandmother was a teacher, my granddaddy was a teacher, so I have teaching in my family.
A leader in the class.
Et tu, Brute, right? So not you two. It was supposed to be his
And
friend.
as a Brooks High School softball coach.
I knew I wanted to be a coach when I started to play ball.
Some of those skills she's taught in sports coming back full circle in her class.
I think that teamwork and learning how to work in a team atmosphere and working with people is just a wonderful opportunity every day and a great platform.
Principal Jeff Burbank believes she's the best in both worlds.
I couldn't be more proud of Coach Montgomery. Fantastic classroom teacher, fantastic softball coach. She is one of those special, she's got the gift.
Accountability, something Montgomery hopes her students uphold.
My major basis is to really teach kids what's going to be the best avenue for them kind of in life, and to make best decisions and honorable decisions, and to do your best at all times, even when you might not necessarily be totally interested or totally energetic or totally involved, but we still have an expectation and a standard to meet.
And for Montgomery, her motivation is her purpose.
I believe in God, and I believe that He's put us on this earth for a reason. And so I get up every day with that purpose, because I believe that my calling is to reach out to kids or to guide them and lead them in every way that I can. And so I try to wake up with that fire and passion to fulfill that every day.
Meet
Here we go.
band director Jenny Merritt.
1, 2, 3.
Add 6 more to her count, and it'll be 9 years Merritt has orchestrated a band of middle school students.
Discovery is just the best of the best, and I'm excited that I get to work here every day.
And for Merritt, middle school is where the magic happens.
Well, middle school students, especially in band, you get to catch them when they first get that spark and that love for playing an instrument.
Her spark for band began for her while in school also.
When I was young, my father passed, and it really meant everything to me to have a community, to have a family, to have this really fun activity that I could be a part of, but it also taught me a lot.
Band's a fun activity that she takes on the road. In past years, Merritt's students have taken their talent to the home of the most happiest place on earth, Orlando.
It's just so much fun to see the kids just having a blast, but also really impressing people because they're really good, and band and choir just are really impressive.
It's very, very neat as the principal here to see her get this award and know that she works so hard every day and deserves it so much.
But Merritt knows playing music may not be forever.
Even if the kids don't continue in it, which many of mine do, but even if they don't, they really always, you get to see a little bit of growth, and you get to see that spark at some point.
In the month of April, our Friends in Education includes one who communicates through sign language. We also meet one who has the rep of making science even more fun in his class.
Welcome.
Give me a little bit more excitement, please. Easy day?
To James Fountain's 7th grade science class.
All right, let's go, let's go.
He also goes by Coach Fountain, and what gets him motivated every day in the 6 years he's been teaching.
I have a passion for learning, and I have a passion for sharing my experiences, and want to encourage the students to do better and do more and see them succeed in the future. My teaching experience started before then, but I took a hiatus, and the more I was engaged in different communities in the classrooms, doing outreach through Alabama A&M, I had a passion to come back into the classroom.
His deeper passion,
specifically life science, but really all different subject matters of science, is always able to keep my attention.
And while he's not in the lab, he's on the mat. It's his first year coaching wrestling.
It kept me focused both in the classroom and outside the classroom towards something positive.
Coach Fountain is a great guy to have on campus. Students really love him in the classroom. He's a hard-working individual. We love having him here at East. He is a true blessing to our school.
Juggling both science and sports, you'd think Coach Fountain can do it all.
Well, I can't claim to do everything, but I do my best.
And his best is having faith in the future generation of leaders.
Really and truly, this generation has nothing but greatness ahead of them. I see them taking things definitely way further than I have and beyond. So they have a lot of potential, and I see nothing but greatness ahead of them.
In Maria Taylor's class,
today is Tasty Tuesday.
It's just a taste of what she does to get her kids ready for the next level.
Today we've just been learning about the different cups and half cup and different measurements, and they love getting hands-on with everything and measuring. Let's even it out, so we'll get one more.
And if you couldn't tell,
I love pre-K. It's my passion. Pre-K is my passion.
Taylor's journey at Jones Valley Elementary School began in 1999. Then she took a liking to pre-K in 2015 and became the lead teacher for 5 years now.
They just are so interested in learning, and everything that they learn, they're just so excited, and they love every bit of it. And it's rewarding to see their faces and when they light up when they learn something.
Her peers say Taylor brings more to the table in addition to counting tasty treats.
You know, we have students here at Jones Valley up to 6th grade, and we can definitely tell when they come from Miss Taylor's class. So she is such a delight to have here.
And for Taylor, it's a delight to be here.
I love my job, and they need me. They need someone that's in their life. They need that structure, everyday structure.
She hopes her students have
just confidence that they can do it and that they are capable of doing anything, that they know how smart they are and that they know they can do anything that they set their minds to.
In Amber Murray's class.
So you did standard algorithms, is what you did? Okay, that's good.
Math is her specialty.
Okay, is that kind of hard to do? Can you do that in your head?
And also as a math coach.
I like us thinking of other ways to do, other strategies we can use.
It's her strategy.
I actually help teachers with their Tier 1 instruction to improve it so there'll be less students in Tier 2 and Tier 3 instruction.
And with her heart.
Remember our hand signals. We're going to fist on our heart, ready to what? Start. Very good.
She leads.
I've always been the one, the mothering type, the kids would always come around. Even when I was younger, I babysat a lot.
And math coach Murray says she's here to serve.
This is my 3rd year being a teacher in residence.
But the role of teaching is not her first rodeo.
This is my 21st year teaching. Yeah, so I'm old.
She's a great example of what is necessary in the field of education right now.
Her principal, Chris Lewis, says she's willing to roll up her sleeves and get to work.
She works hard, she's consistent, she loves the kids, has great relationships with them, and she's just willing to get in there and get gritty.
Show me your Me Too motion.
Me too.
Very good. I love my job. I love all of my staff. I love my principal. I love everyone that I work with. And I love all these kids. They are so funny. I could write a book of all the things. We have fun. We have fun in learning. I tell them there's a time and place for everything. We got to do our work, but we also have to learn.
Here at Johnson Elementary School.
Oh, great job, Chase!
Pre-K inclusion teacher Melissa Boyd.
You're peeking.
Teaches with her intuition.
You've got to find a way into their little hearts and in their little minds in order to help them to understand what they're learning.
And a part of that learning includes curiosity for many, like this little one.
You little cheeser.
And this one too.
You little cheeser. Oh, now we got a second cheeser. No,
Boyd.
I use whatever means, whether it's pictures for them to communicate.
Communicates with her hands.
Or we use a lot of sign language.
And her heart.
Every child has the ability to learn, and I've always set a high bar for learning, but every child I've ever taught has not only reached that bar, they usually exceed it.
It's why when one of those twins who started off the school year nonverbal began to speak, after 20 years in education, Boyd knew the past 2 years in pre-K was her calling.
I love pre-K because it's early intervention. It is getting them early and teaching them what they need to succeed further on, and hopefully keep them from having to be in a self-contained classroom, being able to work alongside their typical developing peers.
And our last month, May, we've mentioned before how 54 is a familiar number at our station, but it's also a lucky number for this Huntsville teacher. We meet another who also has an affinity for numbers.
In Ryan West's class,
Front side, y'all good?
math is fun.
As from the time I was a kid, like them, I enjoyed competing, enjoyed the numbers.
Math is also
It's something that you can just, it's concrete. I mean, it is what it is.
We know working with numbers is no easy feat. Just ask Lily Lambert.
If I was having trouble in a math class, I could go in there and I could bring them the problem and I would understand it within minutes.
So when given the chance to acknowledge West's work,
He's just an amazing math teacher and an amazing teacher overall.
She jumped at it.
And if anybody deserves this prize, it's him.
West says his goal is to make a difference.
Seeing the light bulb moments, give you the whole pizza, how many pieces you get? 6. Bingo. You take a child that thinks that I can't do this and I'm going to struggle with this, and you can just get down and you can get dirty and you can work and you can just keep working and keep grinding, and when they finally, it clicks, and then you see that, wow, I did that.
And math on some days don't click for the kids.
Like anything else, I mean, education, sure, there's days that are bad and there's days that you feel like you're defeated, but you come in and you just put your shoes on, come back the next day, and let's hit it again.
And for West,
what's your denominator looking like?
the kids are his common denominator.
That's what we want to be here for. I mean, it's all about the kids. I mean, without them, none of us would be here.
Welcome.
Hey, I think the next contestant to spin that wheel is gonna be Juana. Come on down, Juana, and spin that wheel.
To Mrs. Ursula Kasten's kindergarten class.
Spin. All right, let's see where that wheel is gonna stop. I just love to see how excited children get when their little light bulbs turn on and they're actually, because everything is new to them.
It's why her principal, Jennifer Edwards, nominated her.
I like to hire teachers to be in it to win it.
And hired her too.
If we move the S to the front, what is it going to say? Sits. Sits, all right. So how do I spell that?
Edwards says Kasten works from bell to bell.
Her data shows that, some students come to us, they don't speak English, they don't speak Spanish at all, they don't speak at all. And so those first couple of months of school, we have to get them to speak and talk. So to take them from there to knowing their letters and sounds and to teach them how to decode and segment and to read words, I see it in her data.
Kasten learned over her 20+ years of teaching, developing a nurturing relationship with her students matters.
Foundation is just giving them the level of trust, and once they have that level of trust with me, I think they opened up greatly, and it allows them to not be afraid to communicate.
Kasten believes also keeping a positive attitude despite how their day goes is important too.
They have good days, they have bad days just like we do, and we just have to remember that they are little people, and if we respect them, they're going to respect us, and we can all do this together, and that's how I run my class.
Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School has been home for Mr. Willie Clay
8 from 9
for more than a decade. But within Huntsville City Schools,
I came in the system in 1969, so I've been around a long time.
And if you do the math,
Mr. Clay, is this 51 or 52 years?
54.
His subject.
That's what I work on, basic math.
Mr. Clay does math intervention.
This year, I've been concentrating more on multiplication facts. We have problems getting the children going home and studying multiplication.
And learning gaps following COVID didn't help.
It just didn't work that well for me. Now, some people it might work well for, but I didn't like it, and the kids missed out a lot on that too.
And although there were some struggles, Principal Cheryl Askew says Clay doesn't miss a beat, and
he does not miss a day. People of a certain age don't know much about computers. So when we went on lockdown, Mr. Clay made sure he knew how to get on that computer.
And go home and do some work.
Okay.
All right, good. You remember what I told you, math is a practice.
What inspires him?
The most rewarding thing is when they come back and tell you, you have been, an influence in their life. That's what gets me, a few kind words, But this was a surprise, don't tell you. And I'm sorry, I'm teary-eyed.
And as for retirement plans,
When I can. Right now I can't. But when I can, I will. I don't know what I'm going to do next, but I mean, I enjoy this.
at Challenger Middle School, this is what it's like
Together, it is a what?
to be in Sarah Schnurr's class.
I help any kids that are struggling, not understanding the concept, or what if they need a little extra help.
She's a 6th grade collaborative teacher.
Math has always been a focus. Math and reading have been two major focuses as far as that goes, yeah.
This is year 7 of teaching for Schnurr.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 of those years spent here at Challenger. It's fun.
It's kind of fun to play with.
And also fulfilling.
My most rewarding part is actually seeing, well, one, the kids graduate. That is a big part.
And seeing kids connect the dots. Particularly in math, Schnurr says the options to getting the answer is almost endless.
There's a lot of different ways to learn math, and you can do it various ways and still come out with the right answer. So we got to figure out which way works best for them.
What motivates her to come in every day?
The students motivate me, and also my coworkers.
Coworkers like Principal Colm.
She is just outstanding. She builds relationships with the students, and that's where it all starts. And she builds that foundation with them.
Everyone's brain works a little differently, and being able to teach that and seeing them understand it in various ways and still get the same correct answer, I love being able to teach that, yeah.
Hats off to our Valley's top teacher class of 22-23. Congratulations. Thank you for your tireless efforts in the classroom. Top Teacher will be back in session, just like the school year, in September. So if you know of a deserving teacher, nominate them. Have a safe and fun summer. Special thanks to our sponsor, Calhoun Community College, for their support of the Valley's top teacher all school year long.